Hi guys, so welcome to another movie review. Yeah, you can check out my previous movie review that I did on YouTube back last Monday, which was movie review on which was a movie review on Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Yeah, that was my previous movie review that I did. You can check that one out on YouTube. I did that last Monday. But anyway, today we're going to be doing a movie review on a classic movie from the 2000s. It's the first movie in the Harry Potter franchise, actually my favorite one in the Harry Potter franchise out of all the 8 films. It has Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint, and it's directed by David Yates. Yeah, that's his name, and it's by Warner Brothers, and it's the first movie in the Harry Potter franchise. Yeah, my favorite one out of all the 8 films, and my favorite Harry Potter movie in the franchise. And this is going to be a movie review on Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the first Harry Potter movie in the franchise, and my favorite Harry Potter movie in the franchise out of all the 8 films. So Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. So yeah, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is basically a movie by Warner Brothers, first movie in the Harry Potter franchise, and this movie stars Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter, Rupert Grint as Ron Weasley, and Emma Watson as Hermione. Hermione Granger, that's her name. Yeah. So Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, it basically takes place. There's the premise of the film. It basically takes place as an 11-year-old young boy named Harry Potter, and basically at the start and basically he's living in a foster house with these foster parents. One's called Aunt Marge, and I don't know the name of the father, and I don't know the name of the other kid that they have, which is kind of his foster brother as well as Harry Potter. He's basically living in a foster home with foster parents, with Aunt Marge and them, because his real parents were killed by Harry Potter's arch nemesis and the main antagonist of all the 8 films, Voldemort. His parents were killed by Harry Potter's arch nemesis, the main antagonist of all the 8 films, Voldemort. His parents were killed by Voldemort. Yep. And basically what happens is all these owls are outside, and basically in the fireplace all these letters start coming in. They're letters for Harry, sending him to Hogwarts school. But the thing is that Aunt Marge and the foster brother and the foster mother don't want him to go to Hogwarts because they think that magic stuff is fake. They think it's silly stuff he's talking about, because Harry likes magic, you know. So basically they go to this place where they meet this man with a beard, called Hagrid, and Robbie Coltrane is in this movie too. Robbie Coltrane plays Hagrid in the Harry Potter franchise, and Daniel Radcliffe plays Harry Potter in the Harry Potter franchise. So basically they meet up with Hagrid, and Hagrid's basically telling Harry that he's a wizard, and it's basically his birthday, and he's saying happy birthday to him and everything. And basically what happens is that Hagrid sends him to the train station, and there's this really cool way that they get on the train. They go through a wall, and then the next thing they're on the train. And Harry, is basically on the train. And the next thing, when he's as he's on the train, he meets up with Ron Weasley, who's played by Rupert Grint, and he starts talking away to Ron Weasley. And he's talking to him. They're talking about magic and spells and stuff. And basically, a woman on the train comes with sweets, and basically Harry uses his magic, and there's chocolates and worms or something come out of the chocolate. And basically, Ron thinks Harry is really cool. So they decide to become best friends. And then next up they meet as they're become best friends. As on the train they meet up with Hermione, who's played by Emma Watson. And Hermione is basically talking to them about how to do magic properly, because she is a real wizard as well as Harry and Ron are. But she's a proper wizard. They're different wizards. So Hermione basically teaches Ron and Harry how to do magic properly. And then basically they arrive at the Hogwarts school, and basically they meet up with Dumbledore, who is the head of Hogwarts school. And basically they meet up with another woman who's another head of Hogwarts school, which I can't remember her name. And basically they're doing broom tests, and they're doing owl tests, and they're doing all this the magic spells and magic tests to get them used to the Hogwarts school. And then basically they find out there's a Philosopher's Stone in the Hogwarts school that they that they basically there is there is a Philosopher's Stone that is in the Hogwarts school. That an evil villain in the Hogwarts school has taken the Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, and I don't know if it's, I can't remember if it's this one or the second one, that Harry goes into a bathroom and he sees these evil bathroom trolls that he has to take on and fight them. Yeah, I don't know if it's this one the bathroom trolls are in, or it's the second one. I can't remember which one. But I was just gonna say the bathroom troll. He meets these. It's either the first or second one. There's one scene where he goes into the bathroom and he meets these evil bathroom trolls that he has to take on and fight. Yeah, but anyway, let's get to the rest of Philosopher's Stone. So basically, it's up to Harry to take on and defeat the evil person who has the Philosopher's Stone. It's basically up to him it's basically up to him to get the Philosopher's Stone back, and it's basically up to him to save Hogwarts School, and basically it's basically up to him to finish his first year and then come back in the Chamber of Secrets for his second year. Yeah, it's basically about him building relationship and friendship with Hermione and Ron along his journey of getting the Philosopher's Stone back to save the school, to save the Hogwarts school, and taking on defeating and fighting the evil villain. Yeah, and he defeats the bathroom trolls in the Chamber of Secrets of this one. I don't know which one the bathroom trolls come in. And yeah, that's basically the main plot of the film. I love this movie, guys. This movie is a great movie. It's a 10 out of 10. It's my favorite movie, and it's my favorite movie in the Harry Potter franchise out of all the 8 films. Yeah, the Philosopher's Stone is. Yeah, that's my favorite Harry Potter movie of the franchise out of all the 8 films. Yeah, I just love this movie so much because this is the one where they're just getting used to Hogwarts and they're only in their first year and they're young kids, which is cool. Yeah, I think Daniel Radcliffe is great as Harry Potter. He's great in all the 8. He's great in all the 8 films, and he's great in this movie too. Daniel Radcliffe is great as Harry Potter. And Rupert Grint is great as Ron Weasley in all the 8 films, and he's great in this movie too. And Emma Watson is great as Hermione in Hermione Granger in all the 8 films, and she's great in this movie too. And Robbie Coltrane is great as Hagrid in all the 8 films, and he's great in this movie too. Yeah, Voldemort isn't in this movie. Well, I think he must be the villain who took the Philosopher's Stone. I can't remember because it hasn't been long since I've seen this movie, but it's been a while. I just can't remember for some reason. I only watched it back in February of this year when I started watching the Harry Potter movies and the Fantastic Beasts movies. But I just can't seem to remember if it's Voldemort who has the Philosopher's Stone or it's another evil villain. Yeah, I know I've only watched this movie back in February of this year, when I was watching all the 8 Harry Potter movies and the Fantastic Beasts movies. Yeah, I can't remember, but I'll just say it was Voldemort who had the Philosopher's Stone, and he had to basically take on and fight Voldemort to get the Philosopher's Stone back to save the Hogwarts school. And yeah, and he's fighting Voldemort in the other 8 films, and he's definitely fighting him in the Goblet of Fire because he's fighting him through a maze in the Goblet of Fire. Yeah, which is the 4th movie in the Harry Potter franchise. That's another one of my favorite ones. Yeah, and this one's my favorite out of all the Harry Potter movies. Yep. So my top favorite Harry Potter movies are Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. And the only weakest one, the only one that I don't like as much as the other ones, but still good, is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. That one isn't as good as the other Harry Potter movies, but still good. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which is the 3rd movie in the Harry Potter franchise. And this one's my favourite out of all of them. The Philosopher's Stone is the first one. Yeah, it's a great movie in my opinion. It's a well-deserved 10 out of 10. It's a great movie. Yeah, it's a classic movie from the 2000s. Yeah, it came out in 2001. Well, all 2001. Well, all of the Harry Potter movies came out in the 2000s. They're classic movies from the 2000s. This is one of the classic movies from the 2000s. This recently got a 20th anniversary, I think, in View Cinemas. Back in October of last year. Yeah, I didn't go see it because I wasn't big into Potter really at that stage. Not until I started watching the films back in February of this year, and now I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I love the films, and I even got some Funko Pops before because I kind of was into Harry Potter, but not as big as I am now since I've watched the films. And Fantastic Beasts, I'm big into Fantastic Beasts as well. Yeah, I recently saw the third one in cinemas back in April of this year, and it was a great movie in my opinion. Yep. Yeah, I have Harry Potter Funko Pops. The only Harry Potter Funko Pops I have, I used to have Dumbledore, but he broke. I have Harry Potter himself, and and I have Fred Weasley, who's played by Donald Gleeson. He's in the later Harry Potter films, the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. I have Fred Weasley, who's one of Ron Weasley's brothers. Yeah, I have him as well as Harry Potter. Yeah, they're the only two Harry Potter Funko Pops I have. I used to have Dumbledore, that counted as three, but he broke. Yeah, so he's gone now. I might get a few more Harry Potter Funko Pops for my birthday, out my birthday money, or for Christmas, I'll see. Yeah, I might get like Hermione, Ron Weasley, Hagrid, Voldemort. Maybe get Dumbledore again. There's so many that I don't want to mention them all. Yep. And Bill Nye is in one. Bill Nye, I think Bill Nye is in the later ones as well. The Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2 with Donald Gleeson. Yeah, and Emma Thompson is in The Prisoner. Emma Thompson is in the third one, The Prisoner of Azkaban, and there's someone else in it. Yeah, the only ones that I know that are new people who come in. I don't know if Emma Thompson. I can't remember if Emma Thompson's in the other ones. I know she definitely know she's in the third one though. So the new actors that come in are Emma Thompson's in The Prisoner of Azkaban, and Donald Gleeson and Bill Nye are in the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, the later ones. Yeah, and Emma Thompson's in the third one. And then all the other actors are in all the films, like that with Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, Emma Watson, and Robbie Coltrane. Yeah, there's some Irish actor in all the eight films that I don't know the name of, but I do know he's Irish by his accent. Yeah. In America, I think in the US they call it the Sorcerer's Stone, but here where I live they call it the Philosopher's Stone. Yep. So that's why I'm saying it's the Philosopher's Stone. Yep. And Fantastic Beasts. The first Fantastic Beasts movie, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Him, is really good. That's my favorite out of the Fantastic Beasts movies. The first one, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, is. I mean, that's my favorite one. And then I do not like the second one, The Crimes of Grindelwald. The second one's terrible. I do not like the second one, The Crimes of Grindelwald. And the third one is a big improvement after the second one being so bad, The Secrets of Dumbledore, which is the recent one that only came out back in April of this year, and I saw it in cinemas back in April of this year. And that's another one of my favorite Fantastic Beasts movies. It's a great movie in my opinion. The Secrets of Dumbledore is. Yeah, and the first one's my favorite out of all of them, and the second one is the worst. I do not like the second one at all. The Crimes of Grindelwald. Yep, and I like all of the Harry Potter movies. There's none I don't like. Yeah, but except for Crimes of Grindelwald, but that's Fantastic Beasts. That's the only Fantastic Beasts movie that I don't like. I do not like the second one. It's terrible. But I do like the first Fantastic Beasts movie and the third Fantastic Beasts movie, The Secrets of Dumbledore. They're great movies in my opinion. Yep. So yeah, Fantastic Beasts 3: The Secrets of Dumbledore was actually the first Fantastic Beasts movie that I saw in cinemas. Yeah, because I'd never seen any of the Harry Potter movies in cinemas because I was way too young when they came out, and I'd never seen the first Fantastic Beasts movie or the second Fantastic Beasts movie, The Crimes of Grindelwald, in cinemas because I was too young at that time when those movies came out. Yep. So I was a lot older when Dumbledore came out. I was 15, so I decided to go see it in cinemas back in April of this year. Yep. yeah, I just like this Philosopher's Stone movie so much because the kind and because the act because there's a bit of action in it, which is good. The action is great in it. The magic is good in it. The spells they do are good in it. The funny humor and the funny bits in the movie are good. Yeah, and it's basically all good in this movie. The funny bits and the funny humor is good in this movie. The spells they do are good in this movie, and some of the action is very good in this movie. Yeah, and I like a lot of the action in the other Harry Potter movies and the Fantastic Beasts movies and the spells they do and the magic and the funny humor, the funny bits in the rest of the Harry Potter movies and the Fantastic Beasts movies. And I love the spells and the magic and the funny humor and the funny bits. I love the funny bits in the other Harry Potter movies and the Fantastic Beasts movies. The funny bits and and um and and some of the action in this movie, The Philosopher's Stone too. Yep. And that's basically my movie review on Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more movie reviews coming soon in the near future. My next movie review is going to be I don't know what day it'll be, but it'll be a movie review on The Adam Project, directed by Sean Levy. It's a new film on Netflix, came out back in March of this year. I watched it back in April of this year. Yeah, and it was a great movie. And that's the new movie directed by Sean Levy with Ryan Reynolds, Jennifer Garner, and Mark Ruffalo in it. Yeah, so that'll be my next movie review. I don't know what day it's coming, but but you'll see it whenever it comes. Yeah, the movie review on The Adam Project. Yep. And I will do other movie reviews in the future. Yeah, I don't want to mention them all because there's so many. Yep. Yeah, this is a great movie. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is 10 out of 10. Yep. Favorite movie in the Harry Potter franchise of all the films. My favorite Harry Potter movie. Yep. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching my video. See you in my next video and goodbye. Peace.